welcome to the Hollywood Secrets information. In this, we are diving into the fascinating world of old Hollywood and its golden icons, the men who were admired for their charisma, charm, and timeless good looks. But here's the twist, many of these legendary actors passed their striking features on to their sons, who themselves became heartthrobs or recognizable figures in Hollywood. From Cary Grant to Kirk Douglas, the legacy of beauty, talent, and stardom continued across generations. So, sit back as we uncover the 17 most handsome old Hollywood actors who had equally handsome sons. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories from the world of Hollywood. 1. Marlon Brando and Christian Brando. Marlon Brando, considered one of the most handsome men in Hollywood history, burst onto the scene with A Streetcar Named Desire and On the Waterfront. His smoldering eyes, raw masculinity, and effortless charm made him a revolutionary star. His son, Christian Brando, shared his father's strong features and brooding aura. Though his life was troubled, Christian's resemblance to Marlon was uncanny, and he carried forward the Brando mystique. 2. Henry Fonda and Peter Fonda. Henry Fonda, the classic actor of films like The Grapes of Wrath and 12 Angry Men, had that all-American look, tall, lean, and with a quiet intensity in his eyes. His dignified presence made him one of Hollywood's most respected leading men. His son, Peter Fonda, inherited not only his father's striking features but also his ability to carve out a unique career. Peter became famous for his role in Easy Rider, a countercultural landmark of the late 1960s. With his rebellious edge, handsome face, and soulful expression, Peter created his own brand of cool while still reflecting Henry's classic aura. 3. John Carradine and David Carradine. John Carradine, known for his tall, commanding frame and distinctive voice, was one of the busiest actors in old Hollywood, appearing in classics like The Grapes of Wrath and many horror films. His angular, dramatic features made him unforgettable. His son, David Carradine, inherited those unique looks and went on to become a star of both film and television, most famously in the series Kung Fu. David's unconventional handsomeness, combined with a mysterious aura, made him every bit as captivating as his father, proving that the Carradine family carried a rare and enduring appeal. 4. James Arness and Rolf Ornes. James Arness, best known for his long-running role as Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, stood at an impressive 6 feet 7 inches. His towering frame, rugged looks, and deep voice made him one of the most admired men of the golden television era. His son, Rolf Ornes, didn't follow his father into acting but instead became a world surfing champion. With his tall build, strong jawline, and natural charisma, Rolf carried on his father's handsomeness in a different arena, proving that the Arness genes were powerful both on screen and in sports. 5. Gregory Peck and Stephen Peck. Gregory Peck was the very definition of old Hollywood elegance and masculinity. His performances in Roman Holiday and To Kill a Mockingbird made him an icon, but it was his deep voice, tall frame, and classically handsome face that cemented his status. His son, Stephen Peck, while not as prominent in acting, certainly inherited his father's striking features. Stephen carved out a career in public service, but when you see his photos, the resemblance to Gregory is undeniable. Those chiseled good looks and commanding presence didn't skip a generation. 6. Kirk Douglas and Michael Douglas. Kirk Douglas was one of the defining stars of old Hollywood. Known for films like Spartacus and Paths of Glory, his strong jawline, piercing eyes, and rugged masculine appeal made him a box office king. Beyond his talent, Kirk's good looks captivated millions of fans worldwide. His son, Michael Douglas, inherited much of that charisma. Rising to fame in the 1970s, Michael became a respected actor in his own right, starring in hits like Wall Street, Fatal Attraction, and Basic Instinct. With his sharp features and cool demeanor, Michael carried the Douglas name proudly and even won 2 Academy Awards, ensuring his father's legacy of both talent and handsomeness endured. 7. Charlton Heston and Fraser Clark Heston. Charlton Heston was the definition of a Hollywood epic star. From Ben-Hur to the 10 Commandments, his muscular build, square jaw, and piercing eyes made him look like a figure carved from marble. His son, Fraser Clark Heston, while known more for his work behind the camera as a writer and director, also inherited much of his father's masculine charm. With a similar presence and strong looks, Fraser's appearance is a reminder of his father's iconic Hollywood beauty. 8. Robert Taylor and Terence Taylor. Robert Taylor was often called the man with the perfect profile. With his sleek black hair, soulful eyes, and smooth demeanor, he was one of MGM's biggest stars of the 1930s and 40s, starring in films like Camille and Waterloo Bridge. His son, Terence Taylor, though he stayed out of the spotlight, bore a striking resemblance to his father. Fans who've seen rare photographs point out the same chiseled facial structure and timeless handsomeness, keeping Robert's legacy alive through family. 9. Alan Ladd and Alan Ladd Jr. Alan Ladd, the star of Shane, was known for his golden hair, boyish looks, and quiet strength on screen. Though not tall, he had an intensity that made him unforgettable. His son, Alan Ladd Jr., inherited his father's looks but chose a career behind the scenes as a producer. He became one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood, famously greenlighting Star Wars. Even though Alan Jr. wasn't in front of the camera, his resemblance to his father was evident, showing the Ladd family's genetic charm. 10. John Barrymore and John Drew Barrymore. John Barrymore, nicknamed the Great Profile, was one of the most handsome men of the silent and early sound era. His aristocratic features and piercing eyes made him a legend of stage and screen. His son, John Drew Barrymore, inherited that same magnetic look. Though his career was more turbulent, his handsome face and sharp features carried the unmistakable Barrymore stamp. And of course, the legacy continued further with his daughter, Drew Barrymore. 11. Douglas Fairbanks Sr. and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. Douglas Fairbanks Sr. was the original swashbuckler, starring in The Mark of Zorro and Robin Hood. His athletic build, devil-may-care smile, and adventurous energy made him one of the first true movie idols. His son, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., was every bit as dashing. With his refined features and undeniable charm, he carried his father's name into the sound era, becoming a star in his own right. Fans often debated who was more handsome, the father or the son. 12. Lloyd Bridges and Jeff Bridges. Lloyd Bridges was a ruggedly handsome actor who built a strong career in films and TV. With his chiseled jaw and confident smile, he stood out as a leading man in projects like High Noon. His son, Jeff Bridges, took Hollywood by storm with his boyish charm, soulful eyes, and later, rugged charisma. From The Last Picture Show to The Big Lebowski, Jeff became one of Hollywood's most admired leading men, proving that handsomeness and talent ran deep in the Bridges family. 13. James Brolin and Josh Brolin. James Brolin rose to fame in the 1960s and 70s as a tall, dark, and handsome leading man. His clean-cut looks and strong presence made him a television favorite. His son, Josh Brolin, carried those looks into modern Hollywood. With roles in No Country for Old Men and Avengers: Endgame, Josh brought a rugged, mature appeal that clearly echoed his father's striking presence. 14. Steve McQueen and Chad McQueen. Steve McQueen was the king of cool. With his piercing blue eyes, sandy hair, and tough guy persona, he was the ultimate icon of 1960s Hollywood. Films like Bullet and The Great Escape made him immortal. His son, Chad McQueen, though not as famous, inherited his father's looks and love for fast cars. A racer and occasional actor, Chad had the same rugged charm and coolness, making the McQueen legacy undeniable. 16. Desi Arnaz and Desi Arnaz Jr. Desi Arnaz, the Cuban-born musician and actor, became a television legend alongside Lucille Ball in I Love Lucy. His dark hair, warm smile, and suave energy made him a beloved star. His son, Desi Arnaz Jr., inherited those good looks and also pursued a career in acting and music. With the same charm and striking features, Desi Jr. carried forward his father's Latin heartthrob appeal. 17. Tony Curtis and Jamie Lee Curtis. Note, son is Nicholas Curtis, but daughter Jamie Lee Curtis is more famous. Tony Curtis was one of the ultimate matinee idols of the 1950s and 60s. His roles in Some Like It Hot and Spartacus showed his versatility, but audiences adored him for his dark wavy hair, dazzling smile, and magnetic charm. Women across the globe swooned over Tony. Tony's son, Nicholas Curtis, may not have been as famous, but another of his children, Jamie Lee Curtis, carried forward the Hollywood genes and became a major star. Still, when you look at Tony's lineage, you can see his striking features reflected in his children, proof that his timeless looks didn't stop with him. And there you have the 17 most handsome old Hollywood actors who passed on their timeless looks to their sons. From the rugged charisma of Kirk Douglas to the suave charm of Desi Arnaz, these families showed us that beauty, talent, and star power can indeed run in the bloodline. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood legacies, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories from the Golden Age and beyond.